Hello and welcome to the Loot Drop. Today we're going to talk about the KOTOR remake that's never coming out, the Ubisoft games that are never coming out, and I'm going to show you how games like Into the Breach can help you with your social skills. Sorry to start off with a disturbance in the force, but the hugely anticipated KOTOR remake has been, according to reports, indefinitely delayed. The remake was being developed by I'm just going to call it Aspire. I still haven't figured out how to say it. The remake was being developed by Aspire and was announced around September 2021, and they developed it for 3 years. According to a Bloomberg report, after showing a vertical slice, aka a demo of their game to production partners Lucasfilm and Sony, Aspire abruptly fired their design director and their art director. Yikes! From the beginning of development, Aspire aimed to release the KOTOR remake by the end of 2022. But after showcasing the ill-received demo, they had a bad feeling about this date and stated that a more realistic target will be 2025. Aspire. Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. Wait, yes I have. Aspire was that company that made that KOTOR 2 port on the Switch that had the game-breaking bug. That's pretty bad. And look, the delay, it's especially heartbreaking for me because I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Back in 2003, I probably played the original KOTOR more times than the Empire made clone stormtroopers. And I don't know if you've played the original KOTOR lately, but it could use a facelift and some quality of life changes. Now, not all is lost. Saber Interactive, who originally agreed to help with the development of the remake, they're still on board. And what a perfect name for a developer of a Star Wars game, Saber Interactive. So I'm really, really hoping that they take the reins of development because Saber Interactive, you're our only hope. Papers, Please is coming to mobile, and I've never been happier to do stacks of administrative paperwork in a fictional war-torn husk of a country. Now, Papers, Please coming to mobile, it's a big deal because back in 2013, one of the creators, Lucas Pope, he was on record saying, "I doubt there'll ever be a phone port of the game. The most I'm hoping for is tablets." And you know what? He did it! Much like Power Wash Simulator made cleaning your house fun, Papers, Please somehow convinced me that hours of bureaucratic busywork and repetitive administrative tasks is a career I might somehow enjoy. For anyone who hasn't played the absolute masterpiece that is Papers, Please, the bread and butter of the game is checking travelers' details and seeing if it matches their paperwork, but it doesn't take long until you're interrogating innocent civilians, taking bribes to support your own family, and overthrowing the entire government. Papers, Please first came out in 2013, and you're probably thinking a re-release in 2022 is going to feel a bit dated, but no, you're wrong. If anything, the core themes of over-policing citizens, falsifying information, and the flaws of surveillance culture is more relevant to today. And I'm going to give you some solid advice now. Invest in a charging brick. With Marvel Snap, Into the Breach, and soon Papers, Please, you're going to want to have enough juice to keep you tapping away on your mobile device. So get a charging brick. It's your only hope. Into the Breach ruled, and it still rules. I'm playing it heaps now. So, I figured out a way to use tactics games to help people have more tactful conversations. Tactics games require strategy and finesse to be successful. Unfortunately, some people believe that being good at tactics games means they're good at tactful conversations. You see, Harry here is a huge fan of tactics games. XCOM, Fire Emblem, Into the Breach, you name it, he's played it. Despite mastering all the tactics games in the world, he still struggles to maintain tact in social situations. You smell different today. Not better, but different. Here's a handy guide for what not to do for tactful conversations. When starting a conversation, do not approach people from behind.
Harry!
Whilst this gives you a bonus in tactics games,
Harry, oh my God. it is not considered tactful. While having the higher ground in tactics games is advantageous, doing this in real life is unsafe, inappropriate, and weirdly aggressive. And that's why I reckon I deserve a raise.
This is weirdly aggressive.
In tactics games, it's often a good idea to target weaker and smaller minions first, before encountering the boss. In everyday conversation, it's absolutely psycho to categorize people that way. Hey, what's your name? Shut up. Oh, nice shirt, idiot. Dan, I'm so glad that we're alone.
I am wildly uncomfortable.
Avoid this at all costs. If you keep these 3 tac-tricks in mind, you're guaranteed to have tactful conversations. Ubisoft have officially stopped development on Splinter Cell VR, Ghost Recon Frontline, and 2 unannounced games. Now, I don't think anyone cares that they've cancelled 2 unannounced games. We don't know what they could even be, but the huge part of this story is that they cancelled Splinter Cell VR. The last Splinter Cell game was Blacklist, which came out in 2013, and so to cancel their next Splinter Cell out of nowhere is like some sort of stealthy assassin striking from the darkness. I see what you did there, Ubisoft. I think the last Splinter Cell game I played was Conviction way back in 2010, and I absolutely loved it. VR games are relatively new to the industry, and VR stealth games even more so, but it could have gone up against Hitman VR, which is hilariously bad. All's not lost for Splinter Cell though. In a press release in December 2021, Ubisoft announced that they're developing a remake of the first Splinter Cell game. Let's just hope it doesn't go the way of KOTOR and get indefinitely delayed. Oh, too soon? Actually, speaking of delayed games, Ubisoft also delayed Roller Champions next season due to the challenges of developing games in a COVID world. Ubisoft seems to be in a bit of a bad way. So, Mario and Rabbids, you're our only sparks of hope.
No more Star Wars!
That's the loot drop. Coming out this week is not much actually. You've got Turbo Golf Racing on Xbox and PC, and Giga Bash on PlayStation and PC. And let me know how well the Tac-tricks go down in your social situations, because, you know, you're welcome. I'll show you how it's done.
Very good cut.
Daniel, you smell normal.
You are the weirdest person I've ever met. You know that, right?
Thank you.
It's not a compliment.
You smell yummy?
That's way worse.
Okay, so